Stop. Don't scroll. Don't you dare move your finger. Archangel Michael is standing behind you right now, and he's saying your name, not your screen name, your real name, the one written in heaven's book before you were born. And if you scroll past this, if you skip what I'm about to tell you, you will lose him forever. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being exact. You have 10 seconds, maybe less, because what's happening right now in this moment, while you're reading these words, is not an accident. It's a dispatch, a holy interruption. Something shifted in the heavenly realms while you were just living your ordinary day. The door cracked open. A scroll with your name on it was handed to an angel, and God said, "Find them, now, before the window closes." My beloved child, listen to me carefully. There is a moment, not a season, not a year, a moment, and it doesn't come twice. This is that moment, right now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. You've been feeling it, haven't you? That strange pull in your chest, that heaviness you can't explain, that thought that keeps waking you up at 3 a.m. Something's about to happen. You couldn't prove it, but you felt it in your bones. That wasn't anxiety. That was prophecy trying to break through. And today, right now, heaven is confirming it. God has something important to tell you. But here's what you need to understand. If you leave early, you will misunderstand the sign. You'll miss the instruction. You'll walk right past the door that was opened specifically for you. And heaven doesn't whisper twice when it's time to move. So I'm asking you no. I'm begging you, stay with me. Don't skip. Don't scroll. Don't let fear or doubt or distraction pull you away. Because what I'm about to reveal isn't random. It's a response. God heard you. Every prayer you whispered in the dark. Every tear you hid from everyone else. Every moment you thought, "Does anyone even see me?" He saw, and today, he's answering. If you can feel this, if something in your spirit is saying, "Yes, this is for me," then type 3 words in the comments right now. I am ready. Don't perform. Don't think about it. Just agree. Because, my child, what's happening now is not a coincidence. It's a convergence. And you were chosen to be here for it. Now stay close, because I'm about to show you what God has been trying to tell you all along. I know why you're here. Not because you clicked. Because something in you recognized the sound of your own name. My child, I see you. And I don't mean the version you show people. I mean the one you are at 3 in the morning when sleep won't come and the questions won't stop. I see the exact weight you carry. You're lonely, aren't you? Not the kind that means you're alone. The kind that means you can be surrounded by people and still feel completely unseen. You lost someone. Maybe they died. Maybe they just stopped calling. Maybe they're still in the room, but the connection is gone. And here's the part nobody talks about. You didn't just lose them. You lost the version of you that felt safe. The bills keep coming, don't they? They don't care about your prayers. They don't care that you've been faithful. And your body, my beloved, your body feels like it's negotiating with time. Every ache is a reminder. Every doctor visit is a conversation you don't want to have. You believe in God, but you're tired of hoping, tired of waiting, tired of praying the same prayers and wondering if anyone's really listening. And the worst part? You feel guilty for feeling this way. Like somehow your exhaustion means your faith is broken. Let me tell you something right now. You're not weak. You're worn. Worn from carrying what was never meant to be carried alone. And I know you've been noticing things. Strange things. A sudden heaviness, lifting for no reason. Moments of strange clarity late at night, when the world is quiet, and something inside you says, "Wait, something's different." People disappearing from your life, not dramatically, just quietly fading, or acting weird, distant, like they can't stand to be near the frequency you're shifting into. Old doors closing without your permission. Jobs, friendships, routines, all of it falling away, and you don't know why. You thought you were losing your mind. But here's the truth, my child. You weren't losing anything. You were being cleared, stripped, repositioned, because what's about to happen in your life can't fit into the old container. The reason it's been this intense, the reason you felt like you're breaking, is because of what was assigned to your next chapter. Heaven doesn't reposition people lightly. It only does it when something too big for the old life is about to enter. My beloved child, you weren't breaking. Your life was being repositioned. And what God is about to tell you will explain why every door had to close, why every person had to leave, why every plan had to fall apart. Because He was making room. Stay with me. Don't scroll. What comes next will change everything you thought you understood about your suffering. Now listen closely, my child, because what I'm about to tell you will change how you see everything that's happened to you. Every delay, every betrayal, every door that slammed in your face, every night you cried yourself to sleep wondering, God, where are you? It wasn't abandonment. It was assignment. Let me say that again. Your pain was not proof that God forgot you. It was proof that hell feared you. Because hell doesn't fight what it doesn't fear. And the enemy doesn't waste ammunition on people who aren't dangerous to his kingdom. You think you've been wandering, but heaven says you've been training. You remember Moses, don't you? 80 years old, tending sheep in the middle of nowhere, thinking his life was over. And then God showed up in a burning bush and said, now you're ready. Not when Moses felt powerful, when he felt forgotten. You remember Samuel, just a boy, lying in the dark, hearing a voice he didn't recognize. God called him when he felt small, when he felt unqualified. That's how heaven works, beloved. Divine interruption in ordinary life. And you've been living in that interruption without even knowing it. Every time you wanted to quit, but didn't, that was a test. Every time someone betrayed you and you chose not to become bitter, that was a test. Every time you forgave when you had every right to hold a grudge, that was a test. And my child, you passed. You didn't become bitter. You just became tired. And there's a difference. Bitterness closes doors. But weariness says, I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still believing. And heaven was watching. Now here's what you need to understand about timing. God doesn't move on your schedule. He moves on readiness. Not perfection, readiness. And readiness is a posture. It's humility plus endurance plus peace. It's when you stop trying to force the door and you start trusting the one who holds the key. That's when things shift. That's when delays turn into acceleration. That's when everything that was held back suddenly comes rushing toward you all at once. The Israelites stood at the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army behind them and water in front of them. And God said, step, not after the water parts. Before. Breakthrough requires a step before certainty. And you've been stepping, haven't you? Even when you couldn't see the path. Even when people said you were crazy. Even when your own mind told you to give up. You kept stepping. And that, my beloved child, is why heaven is moving now. Because you proved you would trust God even when the evidence said otherwise. You proved you would obey, even when obedience looked like foolishness. You proved you would wait, even when waiting felt like dying. And now the alignment is complete. Obedience plus peace plus clarity. That's the frequency heaven has been waiting for. And once you hit that frequency, everything that belongs to you starts accelerating toward you. Not one thing at a time. Clusters, waves. What you thought was a setback was a setup for timing you couldn't manufacture. But now listen carefully, because heaven is not only explaining it, heaven is ruling on it. And what's about to be declared over your life will change everything. Stay with me, because this is where justice meets mercy, and you're about to see both. My child, I need you to understand something right now. While you've been living your life, while you've been carrying that weight in silence, something else has been happening. In the courts of heaven, your case was being heard. Every tear you cried in secret, it was documented. Every betrayal that broke your heart, it was entered into the record. Every time someone took credit for your work, every time they whispered lies about you, every time they made you feel small, heaven saw it. And your tears, they have receipts. Listen to me carefully. God has rendered a decision. Not someday, not eventually. Today, right now, the verdict is being written with fire across the scroll of your destiny. And what He's about to do will leave you breathless. Because, my beloved, what was hidden is about to be revealed. The people who smiled in your face while plotting behind your back, their masks are cracking. The ones who stole your peace, your money, your reputation? The truth is rising to the surface, like oil on water. You won't have to defend yourself. You won't have to prove your innocence. God will reveal the pattern. And when He does, everyone will see what you've known all along. But here's where it gets beautiful. This isn't just about exposure. This is about reversal. 3 reversals, to be exact. First, your finances. That money you lost, that opportunity they blocked, that provision that seemed to disappear into thin air, it's coming back, pressed down, shaken together, running over. I'm talking about the check you weren't expecting, the debt that suddenly gets resolved, the door that opens when you stopped knocking. God said, what was stolen will be returned with interest. Second, your relationships, the people who abandoned you when you needed them most. Some will come back with an apology so genuine it'll shock you. Others, you'll finally have the peace to release them without bitterness. Because heaven is giving you something better than revenge. Heaven is giving you clarity. The truth will come out, not through your mouth, through theirs. They'll confess what they did. They'll admit what they took. And you'll stand there in holy silence, knowing God fought for you. Third, your health and strength. That exhaustion you've been carrying, it's lifting. That report you've been dreading, it's about to change. God is sending you the right helpers, the right doctors, the right wisdom. You're about to feel a renewal in your body that you haven't felt in years. Not because you earned it, because heaven decided, enough. This one has suffered long enough. My child, can you feel it? That shift in the atmosphere around you? That's the verdict being handed down. But listen, this is critical. Don't retaliate. Don't chase revenge. Don't try to hurry this process along. Because the moment you step in, you interrupt the verdict. God said, vengeance is mine. I will repay. And He means it. So, here's what you do. You stay still. You keep your mouth closed. You let heaven move. Because, my beloved, heaven didn't ignore you. Heaven filed your case. And the judgment? It's already signed. Now watch what happens when God executes His verdict on your behalf. My beloved child, what I'm about to tell you is not motivational. It's directional. Because right now, in this exact moment, something is shifting in the timeline of your life. Things that were marked later are moving into now. Doors that were scheduled to open next year are swinging open this week. And I need you to understand, this is not because you finally did enough. This is because heaven said, enough. You've been sensing it, haven't you? That strange acceleration, that feeling like time itself is bending in your favor. You're not imagining it. It's real. Let me show you what's happening in layers. First layer, the practical is aligning. Suddenly, the call comes. The email arrives. The approval you've been waiting months for drops into your lap without explanation. You didn't push harder. You didn't beg louder. It just happened. Second layer, the relational is rearranging. People who drained you are fading out, not through confrontation, through divine distance. And people who belong to your next chapter are appearing unexpected, perfectly timed, almost too good to be true. But they're not too good. They're right on time. Third layer, the internal is settling. You're feeling peace before the answers arrive. You're sleeping deeper, breathing easier, even when nothing has officially changed yet. Something in your spirit knows. The war is over. My child, listen closely. You are not a forgotten senior citizen sitting in the waiting room of life. You are a preserved witness, a carrier of ancient wisdom in a world that desperately needs what you know. And your latter days, these days right now, will carry unusual favor. Not because you're lucky, because you were kept. Now, let me give you the signs that confirm you're in this shift. If you've been waking up at odd hours, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and you feel awake, alert, almost expectant, that's not insomnia. That's preparation. Heaven is recalibrating your internal clock for the new rhythm that's coming. If you've been feeling a sudden urge to clean, organize, simplify to get rid of things that no longer fit, that's not spring cleaning. That's spiritual housekeeping. You're making room. And if you've been pulled away from certain people, certain places, certain routines, and you can't even explain why, that's not you being difficult. That's alignment. Heaven is repositioning you for where you're about to go. My beloved, this is your now moment, not someday, not when you're more ready. Now, but here's what I need you to understand. New doors require new posture. You can't enter the next chapter dragging the baggage of the last one. You can't step into favor, still rehearsing the betrayal. So I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do, not as a formula, but as a partnership with what heaven is already doing. Stay with me, because what comes next will determine whether this door stays open or swings shut before you walk through it. Now listen to me carefully, my beloved child, because this is where most people lose it. They hear the promise, they feel the shift, they get excited about what's coming, and then they go back to living like nothing changed. They keep waiting for someday. They keep saying when things get better, or when I'm ready, or when the timing is right. But God is not speaking in when. God is speaking in now, right now, this moment. The door is open today, not next month. And if you don't step through it, it will close. Not because God is punishing you, but because doors have seasons. And this season won't wait forever. So here's what you're going to do. 3 moves. Simple, clear, powerful. First move, stay present. Stop running from the quiet. I know you've been filling every second with noise, TV, scrolling, distractions because silence feels too heavy. But that's where God meets you, in the stillness. So starting today, give him 1 quiet minute. Just 1. Sit down. Close your eyes. Put your hand over your heart and say, Lord, I'm here. Show me the next step. That's it. No long prayers. No perfect words. Just presence. Because heaven is not waiting for your eloquence. Heaven is waiting for your attention. Second move, protect the doorway. My child, not everyone gets access to your next chapter. I need you to hear that again. Not everyone gets to come with you. There are people in your life, maybe family, maybe old friends, who drain you every time you talk to them. They don't believe in you. They mock your faith. They roll their eyes when you talk about God's promises. And you keep letting them in because you feel guilty, or obligated, or afraid of being alone. But here's the truth. Their doubt is poison, and if you keep drinking it, you will talk yourself out of your own miracle. So starting today, you are going to create boundaries. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to explain yourself. But you are going to stop announcing your plans to skeptics. You are going to reduce contact with voices that make you feel small. Because God is about to elevate you. And elevation requires separation. Third move, take the small step. This is the one that scares you the most, because it requires action. Red seas don't part for spectators, my child. They part for people who start walking. So today, not tomorrow, today you are going to do one tangible thing. One thing you've been avoiding. Make the call you've been afraid to make. Check that application you've been putting off. Open that envelope you don't want to look at. Organize the paperwork that's been sitting on your table for weeks. Ask someone for help or counsel. Just one thing. Because momentum doesn't start with a leap. It starts with a step. And God is waiting to meet you in that step. Now, I want you to say something out loud right now. Don't just think it. Say it. Put your hand over your heart and speak these words into the atmosphere. Lord, I am ready. I will not delay my deliverance. Say it again. Lord, I am ready. I will not delay my deliverance. Because, my beloved child, the breakthrough is not coming to find you while you sit still. The breakthrough is meeting you in motion. And the moment you move, heaven moves with you. My beloved child, we've reached the place where most people turn back. Right before the miracle touches their hands. Right before the door swings open. Right before heaven says, now, don't you dare be one of them, because I need you to understand something that will shake you. Within the next few days, maybe hours, you will receive a sign. Not a vague feeling, a sign. It could be a phone call you weren't expecting, a letter in the mail that changes everything, a person who shows up at exactly the right moment with exactly the right words, an unexpected favor that makes no logical sense. A door you didn't knock on, but it opens anyway. When it happens, you'll feel it in your chest. That sudden knowing. This is what they were talking about. That's your confirmation. That's heaven saying, I heard you, I see you, and I'm moving. But here's what I need you to do right now, before that sign arrives. I need you to seal this moment. Not for me, not for this message, for you, because when you speak agreement with heaven, you unlock what's already been prepared. So if you're ready, if something in your spirit is saying, yes, I receive this, then type these 3 words in the comments right now. I am ready. Don't think about it. Don't edit it. Just declare it. And if you're stepping into divine alignment, if you're believing that your season is shifting right now, type 777. If you're claiming acceleration, if you're asking God to speed up what He's already promised, type 999. This isn't superstition, my child. This is agreement. This is you saying to heaven, I'm not running anymore. I'm not hiding. I'm here. Now I need you to do something else. Think of someone right now, someone who feels forgotten, someone who's been carrying weight they don't talk about, someone who's been wondering if God even remembers their name. Share this message with them, not because I asked you to, because this is how you become a witness. This is how the anointing that just touched you begins to flow through you. When you give hope, you multiply it. And finally, I need you to subscribe, not to a channel, not to content, to reminders. Because there will be days when your faith gets tired, days when doubt creeps back in, days when you wonder if any of this was real. And on those days, you'll need a voice that says, keep going. You're not crazy. It's still happening. That's what this is. A tether, a thread back to the truth you heard today. So subscribe, my child. Stay connected, because this isn't the end of the message. It's the beginning of your movement. Now let me leave you with this. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not disqualified because of what you've done or what's been done to you. You are not too old, too tired, too broken, or too forgotten. You are right on time, and you are not alone. God sees you. Archangel Michael is standing guard over your next step. Jesus is interceding for your breakthrough, and the angels are already clearing the path ahead of you. My beloved child, it's not coming. It's happening now, right now, in this moment. While you're still reading these words, the shift has already begun. So don't you dare go back to sleep. Stay awake. Stay alert. Watch for the sign. And when it comes, and it will come, you'll know exactly what to do. Because you're not just a listener anymore. You're a chosen one. And your time has come. Now go. Walk in it. And don't look back.